Hi guys, and happy Saturday. Today is June 19th. Happy Juneteenth. And I'm going to do this video really quick because I know tomorrow is Father's Day and a lot of people won't be getting on. So I thought I'd show this really quick. This is a new set in the annual catalog. It's called Watercolor Shapes. It's a set of 9 and it's different basic shapes. I'm using it today to create background. And I wanted to show you kind of, because if I just have stamps mounted singly, I 9 times out of 10 will end up lining it up. I mean, it'll be like boom, boom, boom. So I want to show you a trick I do to try to get this designer paper look without making it look like it's all vertical or horizontal. So let me go ahead. I'm going to sit down and let's show you how I did that. So for this, and it's a photopolymer set, so I'm going to use 2 of the piercing mats just because I find that, let me move this up more so you can see all the page. Let me see if I can, I always go the wrong way. Let's see if I can make it a little bit smaller. There you go. There you can see the full page. Alright, I use 2 piercing mats and I use a full sheet of cardstock just because if I cut it down into the layers, it seems like then even more so I'm lining things up completely. So what we're going to do is we have a lot of different colors we're using today. We're going to be using Balmy Blue, Petal Pink, which is a really underused color for me. I don't use it a lot because I say it says pink, but I don't think, and I know it's Petal Pink, but pink to me means pink, not kind of, I don't know, tannish. It's more of a peach. I don't know. All right. Mint matte. Oh, soft sea foam. Soft sea foam, sorry. We'll be using the Sahara sand for a little bit of accents. Cherry cobbler. Fresh freesia. And, of course, my favorite color in the whole world, Mango Melody. And I just dropped, I don't know if you heard that, I just dropped the block for the Mango Melody. All right, so let's put that over here. And then, of course, I'll be using on the card to finish it up, Memento and Real Red. All right, so let's show you the trick that I do now. I mount a bunch, and I'm hoping this shows up. I'll just maybe just stand up while I do this video. I'll just try to remember to talk quietly when I'm by the camera. Okay, so I have 3 different stamps on that block. And what I have to do is, and let me move this over this way a little bit. You know, in fact, I'm going to move these completely out because I want to be able to set my pad over here, my stamp pad over here. All right, with these, I do like going, move that up there. I do like going pad 2, and let me lift it up so I'm not jiggling the camera. Pad to the stamp. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to do straight on to the cardstock. All right. And then I'm going to give it a 1/4 turn. I'm going to go ahead and get it colored again. So I've turned it a 1/4 turn. I'm going to turn this kind of a 1/4 turn now. Turn another 1/4 turn. Now on this one, since I already have it that way, I'm going to go up and down on this corner. All right, 1/4 turn. Oh, that one I was supposed to bring down a little. Here, I might start again. I was supposed to bring that one down a little. So this one I'll bring down a little. And even though it's kind of the same line of that, remember when we cut this up, you're not going to see this on the same one. All right, so there we go. Now to take the ink off, I will go through and just kind of tap it down just to get some of those edges. There, I did a little bit too much of an edge. We'll cover it up. Just get some of that ink off. Okay, So we're done with Balmy Blue. Now I'm going to go to one of my next bigger sizes. So I usually do the circles first because I've done a lot of square looks here. So I'm going to do the circle first. And this is going to be in the Petal Pink, which is not pink. I know people, it's a flower pink, but to me it's not pink. Anyway, Petal Pink. So I'm going to go, but I always want to overlap with another object. Okay? And this, I'm going to do my triangle. So I'm going to make three colors. Sorry, I'm off screen. 3 colors, or 3 circles in like the triangle pattern. At least I did move that one up a little bit so it's not so far down. Then I'm going to do my halves to fill up some of that space again. I think I'm going to do one right there. All right. That one's kind of in a straight line, but we'll go with it. And you know what? I'm going to do this, stamp it off once, because I feel like there's a lot of white space there. Okay. So there is my circle. Next biggest one I'm going to do is my soft sea foam, and it's going to be the square. Now on this, again, after the first initial one, I'm always going to try to be connecting pieces. All right, so here I'm going to connect all of those pieces. Here I'm going to connect those pieces. So that's 2. Now I'm going to do one over here. I'm going to do this one, since those are both angled though, I'm going to do this one kind of parallel to the edge of the paper. Okay, and now I'm going to come in and just do some of the corners. That was my stamp, people, and my block, not me. Oh my goodness, did you hear that? I must be pressing down too hard. All the while I'm connecting blocks. Okay, so that's it for the really big ones. Now I'm going to sit down to do the smaller ones. So that's going to be in the Fresh Freesia and the Mango Melody. So these are going to be real connector pieces. If you see here, I'm bridging the white spot with these connector pieces. So the Fresh Freesia, I'm going to go first because it's a little bit longer and a little bit more connective because it's so long. Again, remembering to turn it. I'm going to connect those 2. Let's connect those. Oh, let's see. Sorry, I don't know if I was off shot. This is what happens when I sit down. I forget if I'm in or out of shot. All right. And now I'm going to try to connect those. Oops, stamp off once. It may not completely. Yeah, it's a little bit floating in the middle. That's all right. We'll make it work. So now here, since I have that, then I'm going to come over here with an angler. Let's see. And this is really just personal preference, how you want to do it. So I feel like I have a lot, but I don't have a lot going off. All right. I feel like I need something there, but I'm going to wait for a second because with these smaller ones, it's easy to bring it in and fill in that space at the end. All right, so now I'm going to bring in my Mango Melody. Love it, my favorite color. You know what, and I think I'm going to move it over this side because I think that this piercing mat's getting a little bit too soaked. So let's go ahead. Now I want to turn it again because I don't want them all going in the same direction. Connect those three. I don't have one going straight across. Let's do it there. Let's see. Let's kind of get a few around the edges. All right, so there we got that. Now we're going to come in with Cherry Cobbler. Now Cherry Cobbler is a very strong color, so I'm going to stamp it off twice, and I'm going to try to fill up some of those big white spaces. Now on this one, you do want to turn it, but it's a square, so even if you turn it slight, it's back to being a square. So I don't want, don't go like that. I usually don't like completely engulfing it all into one. I like it going over a little white space, but we'll deal with it. Okay, there's another one. Let's see, and now let's take off some of this ink, getting around those edges, having it go off. Now I'm just going to kind of do this just to get rid of some of that ink, but also add a little color and texture to it. All right, I think that looks good. Now, on my original piece, I didn't do any filler. This is the filler piece from Biggest Wish. So, I think I'm just going to do, maybe just a couple, and I'm going to stamp off. And I think since I'm picking up some of the red from here, it's coming off more as red than, let me try cleaning it off. Go up there. You see that? Now it's more of the brown than the red. So this was still really wet over here, and I was picking up that red, which wasn't bad. Yeah, it's not bad because it kind of blends in really good. But I don't want to compromise my stamp pad. Not that it will, it's not that dark of a tone, but it always could. All right, I think I'm good there. Okay, then what I like to do, because I am so lined up usually, I'll take this and I'll cut, let me get a fourth off of each side. So even though I've gone off the sides, this will kind of take off any of the straight on, because you know the side of a paper, the edge of a paper, for some reason it just draws you to it to go like straight up and down. So by going like this, now you're ready. And these strips you'll see later I use on the inside of the card. So now we're ready to go and make this my layer, my 4-inch. See how that's the 4-inch by 5 1/4. And look at those wonderful backgrounds. Let me pull all this out of the way. So look at those great backgrounds. Be great for birthday cards, celebration cards. You know, it's just kind of that joyful look. I'm going to show you what I did with the examples I made earlier. So here I used, and I won't show you because you all know how to use the Stamparatus. Here I used the Stamparatus and did a really dark birthday with the real red. And then stamped the happy over. Now, those are both from The Biggest Switch, is where we also had that little filler piece we did. So there is stamped and stamped. This is stamped with the birthday. Again, the Stamparatus. This time I think I did 3. This time I did it twice. But then I used the die from the Hey Birthday Chick. Now I think this bundle is still in effect until the end of June, if I remember right. If not, both pieces are in the annual catalog, but separately, not bundled. So this is the Happy Birthday die. So what I did was I cut it out, and then I just snipped off the happy from the birthday, and then went ahead and glued it down. This last one, I don't know why, but I like putting happy at the bottom, and I don't know, I do it. So then here I just did the happy at the bottom, and then stamped the birthday on basic white and cut it out and popped it up with dimensionals at the top. And of course you could always use your little accessories. You know, you could spritz it with the Wink of Stella if you want. You can put your enamel dots, whatever you want. But that's a fun way to create the backgrounds with the Watercolor Shapes, a great stamp set. And we used every single piece in this card to create that background. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a great Saturday.